At Business in Oxford 2017, we'll be hearing from Wellers, a firm of accountants who work with entrepreneurs and private individuals to help them fulfil their aspirations. We met with Simon Smith, partner, to find out more.
Simon, thanks very much for joining B4.
Pleasure.
We're here in your offices in Oxford at Wellers, and you've kindly agreed to present at Business in Oxford. What's the topic?
Well, the topic's in two parts really. Firstly, we're talking about companies that potentially want to spin out of university or with a brand new idea, technical idea, and starting up a business, setting a limited company up and moving through the stages of a business through to the end game, which may be flotation, sale, whatever. The second part, which one of my colleagues, Christina Narocki, is going to present, deals with some of the more technical aspects, patent box and research and development tax credits, because the government are very keen in supporting this sort of action, and they like feeding money back in if they possibly can in any way that they can to support this sort of thing.
Obviously an area of expertise. And
it is an area of expertise that we have as a firm, yes. So research and development tax credits and patent box and the general stuff as well is one of our specific areas that we like to think that we can take companies from the very inception through to the end game, whichever that might be.
So in terms of potential delegates watching this video, who are you aiming to get into the audience?
So we'd like to have anyone that has got an idea that they think they may want to take out into the real world and set up as a research and development company initially, and then take that idea all the way through the stages of a business cycle. Someone that's done it already and perhaps isn't particularly excited or inspired or enamoured with their accountancy provision so far and the taxation advice they're getting, and think there may be better things out there, and we'd like to show them that Wellers is a better firm offering that sort of service. So
you're looking at Business in Oxford as an opportunity to inspire potential clients?
I would like to say that I will be inspiring during my talk, and in general I think that people by people, and I'd like to think that I'm talking on behalf of Wellers, but you know, I'm a bit like Marmite sometimes. You know, it's if some people I'm not for a bit full on, but if they see something in an accountant that's different from the accountant they've got, then I'll be willing to talk to them.
Now you're very larger than life and warm and affable young man, Simon.
That's very nice of you to call me young, Richard. Thank you.
Okay, so Business in Oxford for Wellers as a firm, important date in the diary?
Extremely important day. We have a very strong marketing department who focus our efforts. We used to be a little bit scattergun many years ago, but now we don't go into anything half-hearted. So we like to think that we're taking this full on and showing that we have technical ability as well as the general ability to help people run their businesses. You find with small businesses like that, when you're an owner in particular, it's a lonely place sometimes, and we like to think, certainly at the top level, that we can provide finance director skills that will help them get to a stage where they actually do have enough money to pay for a full finance director, as well as doing all of the basic stuff. You would expect us to do the compliance work that any firm of accountants of our size and qualifications would do. But on top of that, we like to be part of the team, which is where the business auctioning concept comes in. We like to help our clients breathe and to run their business and to do what they're good at, rather than worrying about some of the things that we're better at.
And for those watching that don't know that much about Wellers, you're not just based in Oxford, you have offices.
No, we have an office in Banbury, we have an office in Pimlico in London, and we also have an office in town. So we're loosely Thames Valley corridor stretching up to London is how we'd like to look at ourselves. You know, the client base is varied. Wellers started in 1942 dealing with just farmers. It was called messengers in those days, I believe. And obviously we have developed into really owner-managed companies is what floats our boat of all sizes.
And anybody watching that would like to sort of steal a march on the other delegates and find out more about what you're going to be talking about what you do, would like to find out more about Wellers, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, they can certainly call us. We have one national number now which all offices operate under, which is 0333 2416,000. It is new, and I am. If that turns out to be wrong, by the way, we will edit that one. But yes, please call, and we offer anybody a free 1-hour consultation, which quite often develops into an hour and a half or 2 hours, if they want to float some ideas past us and get our views on setting things up. It is important to set it up, get all the systems and get all the planning right at the start. We're not saying that we won't look at you 2 or 3 years down the line. If some mistakes have been made, there will be some sorting out to do, but get it right at the start, and it makes things an awful lot easier as you go through the process.
Simon, thanks for your time. We look forward to seeing you in May.
No problem. Cheers.